Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I've been super busy with work, lots of stuff going on, but we're finally getting out another video today, and we're going to do some big old fatty ribeye steaks. So let's get these prepared. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to cook these yet. There's a reason for that, which I'll explain later, but we'll cook them one way or the other. So we'll see you here in just a second. We'll get these steaks ready. Okay, so we're going to get these unwrapped and seasoned. It's probably a couple hours until we're going to cook these, but we'll let them get the meat sweats, do a little bit of dry brining for 2 or 3 hours. But these are some really nice ribeyes. I picked them myself out of the butcher counter. We got a huge spinalis on this one, a decent one here. So these should be really good. We're going to season these with this Lane's Kunami seasoning. I've been wanting to try this, and I finally went out and got some, or I ordered it. It's really good. I haven't tasted it on anything. I've just tasted it on my finger, but it's really good. So we'll get these seasoned up. So these things are really thick. So they're going to be able to take some seasoning. So I'm not going to worry too much about over seasoning them. And we even want to do the sides. These are so thick. You should do the sides anyway, but sometimes they're so thin it doesn't matter that much. Not these. These are probably about 2 inches thick. And do this side here. Okay. This one's not quite as thick, so I'll take that into account when I'm cooking these. Maybe put the other one on for a couple minutes first. We'll see. These will need to rest for a while anyway, so just pull them off when they're done and it won't matter too much. All right, that should be pretty good there. So we're going to get these in the fridge and let them get the meat sweats and dry brine for a little bit, and we will bring you back and we'll talk about how we're going to cook these and tell you why I haven't figured it out yet. The other thing we're going to put together here is some chimichurri, which I did in a video not too long ago, I believe with a picanha roast, and it was so good. And I think it'll be great on these ribeyes. So we're going to mix up some more here. Gonna do 3 tablespoons of the mix here, because I think that's just about how much vinegar I have. I'm going to use apple cider vinegar because I'm about out and I have about 3 tablespoons in there. And I did it last time with apple cider vinegar and it was really good. So we're just going to dump the rest of that in. And we're going to let this soak. I'm going to use my giant whisk here. And then we'll add the oil a little bit later. And we will bring you back. All right, so here's why I didn't know how I was going to cook these steaks. I got a Kettle Joe grill. I got a gift card around the holidays and finally used it and decided to get a Kettle Joe. I don't know a lot about them. I've seen them cooked on before. The Kamado Joe that I have, I love it. I love the quality, so I'm hoping this is just as good as far as quality goes, but it's pretty cool. I'll show you the inside in just a second. We're going to go ahead and get it lit. I've already got it loaded with charcoal, so I'm going to put the ashtray in here. I've got some chunks of wood just to add a little smoke to these steaks. So let me just move this and we'll get it going. So I'm going to leave the bottom vent wide open. The top vent is wide open. And here is our kettle ready to go. So I've got Kamado Big Block, and I've got a Jealous Devil, I think, fire starter here. And I've got the worst lighter ever, but we'll get it to work. There we go. So we're going to let that burn. I'll go ahead and get the grill grate. Pretty good quality grill grates, heavy gauge stainless steel. I almost hate to mess them up, but I guess not much point in having it if you don't mess it up. It's got a real nice charcoal basket. It's got the ceramic inserts there, just like the Kettle Joe cooker as well. I've got the charcoal kind of sloped backwards with plenty of airflow coming in the front, and just got that fire starter right in the middle. So we're going to let this get going, and in the meantime I'm going to bring the steaks in and get them on the kitchen counter, let them start coming up in temperature a little bit. I'm going to go yell at the neighbor's dogs, and then we'll be back. Alright, we got a little flame going. So this is the very first time I've used this, in case you didn't pick up on that. So it's going to be a little bit of an experiment, but I'm just going to go ahead and get her closed down, still leave the vents wide open, top and bottom, and let it start coming up to temperature. Unlike the Kamado with the big heavy ceramic all around, it's not going to take as long to come up to temperature and really get it heat soaked. So I want to be careful because I'm going to start these out slow. I'm thinking neighborhood of 225-ish. And let them come up to around 110, 115, and then I'm going to open the vents wide open, and we're going to sear these off. That's sort of my plan, so we'll watch the temperature and bring you back. Alright, we're creeping up a little over 200. I backed the vents down. I'm about 2 fingers on the bottom and 2 fingers on the top. Again, I've never used this before, so a bit of an experiment. But we're going to go ahead and get these on, these big old fatties. There we go. So we're just going for a slow cook right now, and let them get up to around, I don't know, 115-ish. And then we're going to open this thing wide open and get them a good sear. So we'll bring you back. All right, we've been on about 40 minutes, something like that. Kept the temperature pretty low, but these have made more progress than I expected, so I think we're getting close. Try to move them to a cooler part. Let me take a quick temp here. Ooh, I'm at 110 on this one already. A little lower on that one. I forgot I was going to start one of these first. Oh well, it'll be fine. So we've got about probably 5-8 more minutes, and then I'm going to pull these off and get this thing ripping hot, and then we'll come sear these, and we'll give them a try. See you in a few. Okay, I just took that smaller steak off. It was up a little above 120. That's fine. Gonna keep watching this one for a little bit. Let's see where it is. Oop. 117 almost. I'm gonna let it go a little further up to that 120, 122 range, and then I'll pull it off. So we'll see in a few. All right, we're taking this one off now. We're gonna open every vent on this grill wide open. And we'll bring you back. We'll sear these steaks off. Should be pretty good. See you in a few. So interesting thing here about the Kettle Joe. The thermometer, specifically the temperature gauge. I thought these went pretty quick to get up to above 100 degrees. And I've got this thing super hot right now. I can't hold my hand more than something like that on the grill, but the temperature gauge will not go above 250. So I'm going to have to get with them and get a new temperature gauge. So no big deal. Things happen. Maybe it's even adjustable, but I just I don't even think an adjustment is, I think this is broken. So is what it is. Hopefully we didn't overdo the steaks. We're getting ready to throw them on, so I'm going to let these this grill heat up even more, let these steaks cool a little bit so they can take a good sear, and we'll bring you back in a minute. Let's get these things seared off. I'm a little afraid I'm going to overcook them, but I still want to put a sear on them. The nice thing about a ribeye, though, is they're kind of forgiving with all of the intermuscular fat. So we're just going to let these go a minute or so on each side. See if we can get a little bit of a sear. Just took a little thumbnail. I'm not even going to close the lid. I'm just going to keep that air flowing. This may be the first steak I've overcooked in a long time, but I still think it's going to be good. All right, we're calling it. I'm going to get this closed down and just let it burn itself out, and we'll get everything inside, get things set up. We're going to let these rest a good 15 minutes or so, and then we'll cut into them and see how we did. Okay, so here we go. We've got our two ribeyes. They smell and look great. I'm still a little afraid they're a little overcooked, but like I said, with ribeyes, you got a little leeway. So I'm just going to cut into the spinalis right here. Oh, all right. That's going to be pretty good. Let's see if I can get that in the camera. That is so good. Let's try it with a little chimichurri. You need to order yourself some of this chimichurri mix. It's so good. So good. So yeah, I would call that a little overdone. But again, with a ribeye, as long as you got pink in there, it's going to be good. That's going to do it for this video. Glad to have another one up on the channel. It's been a while. Sorry for the break, but real life gets in the way sometimes. So we will see you next time at BuQeye BBQ. Thanks for joining. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. It's so good.